Hi everyone, this is Menz here. We're going to be starting out tonight with the E75 Tier 9 German heavy tank here. Going to be streaming till about 9 p.m. again, and hey, look at this starting out on Fjords. I was just working on a map strategy for this over on lockguru.com, so kind of interesting. I got it the first match for tonight. Now, unfortunately, no artillery. Still really the only part of the map I want to go down to is right about here. You can go other places, but I'm going to stick down to the south. Hello Gordon, how are you doing? Which, like always, if there's any specific tanks anyone wants me to play or questions, feel free to mention them in chat and I'll do my best to get to them. There's about a 30 to 40 second delay on the stream, so it might take me a minute to respond. Now I'm gonna head down on the little part that's kind of depressed down here. I don't want to head across here because even though the E75 isn't exactly the slowest tank in the world, there is a small possibility that I would get shot through there from a light or medium tank. Alright, I'm gonna let this guy go ahead of me because one of us is gonna run into one another and we're gonna get stuck. Now when I'm down here, the enemy team really as the T-28 prototype and also those 3 Tier 9s I gotta worry about as far as penetrating my frontal armor. If I can hide that lower glacis, I'm gonna go low towards the water and then angle in, and that'll help hide my lower glacis a little bit. And since there's no artillery, don't really have to worry about being shot too much from down here either. Yep, I will gladly hop into the T-37 after this, Gordon. Hello, Uber Duber Noober. Nice to see you again. Again, thank you for your generous donation a couple of weeks ago. So, both E75s here. Alright. Just gotta be a little bit careful with this guy. He doesn't hit my cupola. I am gonna actually swap over to EPCR just because it's an E75. You just need to angle slightly and... Yep, and he hit my cupola, of course. Unfortunately, I can see his lower glacis, because hope this T-30 has enough room to wiggle around to hit him. Alright guys, we need to push here. I don't particularly want to push here because I'm gonna be the one taking the brunt of the damage, but in any event, we need to get moving. Our whole team, this is not gonna end well. Everyone behind me is still kind of lollygagging. Just kind of wiggled a little bit there, but hello, guys. Are we gonna do anything? No. And of course that hurt a lot. Okay, now they moved up a little bit. It's like, I don't know. There's not too much I can do right now. I have no HP and yeah. Hello, Zephyr. But kind of a crappy way to start out tonight. I don't know, I should have known that we should have pushed a little bit harder, but yeah. By the time I started the push, it was definitely too late, and we had little chance to recover. Alright, there's a T-54 here, though. Didn't exactly help. I got damage on pretty much every shot I was taking. It looks like the guy was hitting me in my cupola, which at that range isn't exactly that surprising, since the E75, while its armor's good, the cupola on it definitely isn't the best in the world. Just kind of surprises me that Let's see if I can stay alive a little bit longer. Surprised me they still haven't broke through down there. I know I kind of back up, and as well as this T-29, but at the same time, they shouldn't have had that much trouble here. Sorry, little buddy. You're not gonna make it out of this. None of us are. So I'm just gonna get a little bit more damage in there, but yeah, this definitely did not go well. In the least bit. At least I'm blocking a little bit more damage, but definitely gonna get taken out here, yeah. So that went very well there. Well played by the enemy team though, but still, that was a little bit disheartening. Definitely got crushed. Alright, so somehow I did the most amount of damage in the match there, 3,589. I ended up blocking 3,270 and still made a profit, but we got absolutely clobbered. Alright, so T-37, I will hop into, there we go. Haven't really had too much. Yep, thanks for stopping by, Doober Noober. Hope you have a good night. But yeah, I haven't had too much time to play World of Tanks between last stream and now. Which yeah, I'm a little surprised that the outcome statistically that I did in that match, but still we got pretty clobbered there. But in any event, haven't had too much time to play World of Tanks between last stream and today. I was focusing a little bit on World of Warships. Luckily, I got videos done for the next week, so those of you who like World of Warships have quite a few videos releasing on non-stream days for the next week. Hello, Dream Man. Nice to see you again. But yeah, I've been focusing on World of Warships a little bit, and also getting that Tachibana, I think that's how it's pronounced, since that mission was ended. Just barely eked it out in the last 2 hours of the mission, so I was cutting a little bit close there. Thank you for hitting. It's not exactly the tank I wanted to come across, but at least he only got 2 shots on me. But those things are definitely a light tank's nightmare to come across. Seeing if anybody else is going to be up here, which they are. Hello, Anthony. Which again, any tanks anybody wants me to play, I will hop into them. If not, I'm just going to randomly pick from my typical group of tanks that I have. Hoping by next week I'll have enough credits to finish my tier 10 grind for the 112 or 121. I forget which freaking tank it is, to be honest. Unfortunately, our team is neither pushing... God damn it. That's a little bit of a mistake there. Unfortunately, we're not pushing either side. Usually if you have some people here, it helps a little bit because you can spot more here and they can get damage off, but I'm not really able to spot too much here. That's not good. Yeah, spilling wine on your computer. That's not a good thing, but it's not exactly first time I've heard about someone spilling something on their PC. Hopefully it wasn't my video. But yeah, light tank on this map, a little difficult to actually do much aside from spotting the center and potentially getting a little bit of shots off when your team starts pushing. But I'm gonna try my best here to start eking out a little bit of damage. Alright, got my friends in the way. But they took him out. I'd rather shoot this one. Oh, never mind. He's dead. I will start. No, I'm not going to plink away at him. He moved up. Good choice by... Now he's moving back, which is good for me. A little bit of damage in here. Although he's now angling, which is not good for me, but I can at least try to track him for my team. Or not. That guy ruined that. And now the AMX is going to finish me off. That was definitely my fault for kind of staying out there a little bit too long, but I should have, when they killed that PZ-58, took an opportunity to try to slip through to get a little bit of a flank there, but yeah, hopefully they do well. Alright, so let's just pick a tank here. Why don't I play the E4 here? Usually I end up going with the E3 since I like it a little bit better, but E4 can perform pretty well compared to the E3 depending on the map. Usually I find city maps the E4 does better. At least we got Insk here. And kind of maps where you're further away from the enemy, the E3 does better. Yeah, my latest World of Warships video was... That was a doozy, the Tirpitz battle where I got Kraken Unleashed. That was a pretty damn fun battle. Usually I don't go back and re-record commentary over my replays, but that one was a little special, and 800,000 credits, I believe. That was definitely fun. That was one of my last matches to finish that mission for the Tachibana. In any event, I'm going to be pushing to this typical area, potentially down here if I get lucky, but we'll see how far my team wants to push first. Or, come to think of it, there's no artillery, so I'm actually going to take a slightly different approach here and stick over... Alright, you can go first. Stick over... Oh, never mind, we got 3 of us here. But they does say stick over in this area. Sometimes this can prove to be pretty useful. There's this IS-4 who's... God damn it. I wish I had stuck there for a second longer. Please don't go in front of me. Please move. I don't want to potentially hit you. But since there's no artillery except for the one, play this a little bit more open here. Alright, this IS-4, yeah, he just barely snuck out of here, but let's see if this guy is actually gonna pull back out this E-100. He is, and of course my shot went wide right. That's the E4 and even the E3 for you. Not exactly the most accurate tanks in the world. Alright, so I'm gonna start making my way a little bit this way, since even though there's a T-62A there, I don't want to particularly run into. Mr. IS-4. Start to turn this flank a little bit and push up, so hopefully the enemy's not going to be able to push up any further than here, and we can kind of pin them back. Ooh, it could have been bad there. Alright, he took a shot. Is he going to make a mistake and He's not, but the T-10 pulled out in front of me. Alright, E4, don't do it, don't do it. Come on, we're the same tank, buddy.
We're lucky it didn't blow.
Yeah, it didn't exactly work out here. At least I have some backup coming up now to where he's not going to be able to do that safely next time. Fortunately, I waited a little bit too long, and now not enough time for me to pop out here again. Alright, so I'm gonna swap areas, act like I'm pulling back. See if we can. T-30 looks like he might be moving. We'll see if he stays back there. Me and his T-62A are gonna be fine with pushing here if he'll let me around. There we go. We definitely have the win here, but I'm trying to stay alive. I don't think that guy even notices us. Alright, so I'm gonna... Here we go. Just waiting for him. It's a nice number, 666 for damage. So all in all, this is how you play Ensk. The enemy didn't push up here, so we took this road, and once you get them pinned in there, Arty or no Arty games, which Arty doesn't really come in a factor for this match, it looks like. Once you get them pinned in there, I like pushing from this side, where you can actually push up to this side a little less effectively if you're in the south. And you can do well just pinning the enemy in there. But feel free to check out the map strategy. I kind of updated I've recently updated the one for Ensk over on WatGuru.com. Alright, so decent match here, 3,100 damage. Not too bad. Enemy team definitely lost map control, and from there it was kind of easy. T-37 match, not exactly the best in the world. I definitely didn't do very well. Only 333 damage. Experience-wise, a little higher because I spotted for a little bit, but all in all, nothing that spectacular. Thanks, Gordon. Alright, so let's just move on the line here. Why don't we... I just played a tank destroyer. Why don't I play the Centurion Action X? Alright, 3 people platooning in E5. That can either be very good or very bad for that team. I myself, I am going to push along here, it looks like. Yeah, the enemy, they have an Action X and some Tier 9 and Tier 8 mobile tanks, but hopefully we're able to kind of stop the enemy from getting past D1. I'm going to kind of push in and wrap down to here and use this hill here. Do have to be worried about this artillery because he's a little bit more accurate and hits a bit harder.
Let's get this show on the road.
Alright, so hopefully get a little bit of help here from my team and it's not just me and like 1 or 2 other guys. I find a lot of people think the buildings up here are good cover and help you out. I don't think they do more harm than good because once you're there, enemies know you're going to pop out from around the corner. And SPGs just kind of wait until you're going to pop around too to nail you. At least if you're on a ledge, you still have some cover. Less hard cover from a SPG, but you still have decent cover from enemy tanks. Alright, so we lost our little tank in the center. That kind of sucks. Yeah, we're useless. It's not our fault you got freaking sniped by artillery. But that guy seems a little bit angry there, to say the least. So we got this little guy popping over here.
Enemy armor is hit.
Alright, so this is not going to end too well for us over here, it looks like. Alright, at least I'm going to get one more shot on him, it looks like. Of course I hit that impenetrable glacis. Unfortunately, I do not have that tank, Dream Man, or else I would play it for you. This looks like it's going to turn into a match that I don't really like playing on, where your team kind of feels overwhelmed in every area. It just feels like town-wise they're not doing too well, and over here, of course, we're outnumbered from the get-go. Crap, I didn't expect the E5 to push up that hard on me. Granted, I am the last tank up here, but once you run away, you also lose your armor, so I'm just trying to stick up here for as long as possible.
We lit that one up good.
And I missed him. Yeah, I probably should have taken that shot. Oh well. Yeah, I ended up dying. I probably could have stayed along a little bit longer, or alive a little longer, but oh well. Yeah, it's just, unfortunately, our team, we're definitely a little outmatched here. The enemy did a decent job getting into here instead of sitting back in E1. And at that point, we didn't really have too much ground between us and them, and us not having any armor at a disadvantage. It's just unfortunate that our town side wasn't able to push very far. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't have that tank. As far as tanks go, most of the ones you see here, if not all of them, I have crews for. Even if you see crew incomplete. These are kind of my main tanks here I can play. And then otherwise, once we get past the Chinese tanks, I may or may not have crews for them. So if they're not a premium tank after the Chinese ones, then we'll see if I have a crew for it or not. I'll gladly play any of the tanks here. Alright. And like usual, since I scrolled all the way down here, why don't I hop into the Tiger 2? Pretty much every time I do that, I end up playing a Tiger 2, which got a nice little tier 10 match this game. We have a couple more 10s, but of course, doesn't really matter too much if your team doesn't take advantage of it. That is not battle tier 11, but okay. In any event, let's see, where do I want to head here? Honestly, yeah, I'll admit that TD is it's a pretty fun one. I've been looking at the German tank destroyers. It's just, unfortunately, I'm a little short on credits trying to get another tier 10 here before I can buy lower tier ones. Hello, Andre. I don't have the AMX 75 or 90. In that line, I do have the Bat Chat. Unfortunately, I was a little bit too far back to get shots off here. But if my team still spots somebody, I might be able to get at least 1 or 2 shots off, but really into Tiger 2 here. I don't like playing as a quote-unquote support or sniper, but I'm kind of in that situation right now. Alright, seeing as there's E5s down there, one's already pushed pretty far, I might actually push down to where this FV is going. I just really hope we don't lose the north, because if we do, we're going to be a little screwed. Right off the trigger, be careful. Got an E5 here. Alright, so there's IS-7. Got hit by somebody else too. Unfortunately, the Tiger 2 isn't exactly the most stealthy tank in the world, but at the same time, playing against tier 10s with its vision, that's a bigger problem. You're not going to be able to spot many, if any, heavy tanks. Honestly, I might just try to rush down and get on the cat. That way I'm doing something for my team and they don't have to worry about it too much, but looks like that guy backed off, so that helps out. I'm kind of sucking it up this match, but let's see if I can do anything here. It's either I'm going to do something or I'm going to die very stupidly here. I'm just wondering if someone's gonna pop down here and I can get a shot off on them, but in any event, at least I can annoy them by sitting on the cat. Until I get over aggressive and die here. Alright, so we got the E5 over here. He's probably going to try to push into me. Actually, I'm going to stick with AP, because anywhere I can penetrate him with AP, I can penetrate him with... Or anywhere I can penetrate him with APCR, I can penetrate him with AP. Waiting for this FV to come over here. Yay, I did something. I didn't cause any damage, but I did something. Yeah, come on, set him on fire. I'm just glad these mediums aren't pushing over to me. That would not be good, but I guess it doesn't matter now that he's dead. A little concerned about their artillery. He shouldn't have made it out of their general starting area, so he's still a factor here. But in any event, I'm not going to be able to cap out before we kill everybody, so might as well try to push up, even though the Tiger 2, as you see here, very weak engine for going up hills, and pretty much you turn into a T-95. What, you gotta pick on the little tier 8 tank T-69? We're in here in the same boat, but still. You can do it. There we go, I killed something. But, yeah, the Tiger 2 in general, Dream Man, I think it's an excellent tank. While it's not a tank I play all the time, you do have very weak side armor and rear armor and that lower glacis, but the gun on it's good and decent HP, really good gun as far as the accuracy, aiming time, and basically shots per minute, but it's difficult to play where climbing hills is not its strong suit, of course, but it's difficult if you are expected to tank a lot of damage. It can perform well if you can hide the lower glacis and just barely basically elevate your tank to increase the angle on here. That way you can actually bounce some shells. Your turret's a hair bit weak against 9s and 10s, but it's just a tank that it's decent all around. It's just a little bit more medium-like kind of than heavy in a lot of ways, and it can struggle against tank destroyers that hit hard and or heavy tanks that have pretty big guns on them. But it's a very good tank for facing 8s and under. Just it struggles a little bit against higher tiers that aren't mediums or tank destroyers without any armor. But again, decent battle here. Nothing excellent, but somehow I got a mystery badge 3rd class doing 625 damage. A little bit more experience since I did block a little bit and just barely assist it with something, but still. Alright, so mentioning the AMX 7590. Unfortunately, I don't have them, but I can hop into a T20. I know it's not the same thing, but I haven't played a T20 in quite some time. Hopefully I have the right setup on it. Sometimes I'll try and fail to make videos about tanks using odd configurations, and sometimes I forget to switch them back. But the T20 here, pretty good medium tank. It has a decent gun on it. It hits hard. It's not a typical medium gun where you're focusing more on DPM side, but really it's tough. It's a fun tank. I ended up actually buying this back because it's not exactly a normal medium tank at tier 7. It just plays a little bit different. You're kind of like,
Time to roll out.
to kind of steal something from World of Warplanes or War Thunder. It's kind of like Boom and Zoom, where you kind of dart in, take a couple shots, and dart out. Only because your acceleration's decent, but you do burn a lot of speed when you start turning, and you can't exactly turn that well. And really, your gun, it just makes for flanking runs, and less about kind of slugging it out with mediums and focusing on your DPM. But like most American tanks, it does have decent gun depression. Just hope that I'm able to go. I was not hoping for that though, which I'm very glad I only took one shot there, since it could have been a lot worse. Of course, there's that AMX CDC sitting there, but oh damn it! I was hoping I'd get away with poking out on him again, but no. Hello, Abdul. Nice to see you again. But yeah, unfortunately, does not have any armor. It's one of those mediums that it's basically a light tank as far as armor goes, and I was playing it a little bit wrong there. Kind of forgot that even while somewhat angled, its upper glacis isn't gonna bounce anything coming its way. Maybe not. Might be able to just sneak a shot off on him. Maybe. There we go. Just switching your position a little bit goes a long way. Sorry, buddy. Doesn't help that I'm like second guessing everything after those first two shots I took. Seeing where the enemy's set up, our one line could end up pushing all the way up to E1 without encountering any resistance. Best tank destroyer for sniping? Kind of a hard one. Depends on the tier, but if you're talking about, say, tier 10, right now it's the Waffle Trager, but it is getting replaced and really does need replaced. But either the Waffle Trager or... yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a hard question, not knowing which tier you're talking about. Fortunately, these damn rocks are in my way here. Just...
Penetration.
Somebody... okay, somebody's gonna kill him. You gonna... thought he might push up, but no. Now he might. I'm just being careful because there's still that large group of people on my right. And of course, didn't know if anybody was back there where the SU-101 is.
Didn't even scratch them.
But fortunately, matches like this, you don't have to worry too much about pushing too hard if you took a few hits in the beginning, like I did. The T-20 though, I think it's a great medium. It's a little bit different playing it, but it's definitely a fun tier 7. You don't need a lot of premium rounds. I just carry them mainly if I'm facing off against, say, a tier 9 heavy or tank destroyer with a lot of armor. Tier 9 and 10, definitely the German Waffle Trager line for sniping tank destroyers. Otherwise, I know they're not particularly quote-unquote snipers, but the British 9 and 10s, both lines, are more or less tanks that you don't exactly want to play too close up. Alright, so he... I was hoping to damage him, but I'm like, he should be aiming my way. And he wasn't. But he's dead now. Hello, Zach. I guess I could get some shots off on these guys if I'm lucky. Yep, every Wednesday and Thursday I'll be streaming, at least for the somewhat near future. Like I said last stream, I might have to switch things up a little bit when I go back to work full time, since the season is fast approaching where I live. Right, I was hoping to sneak a shot over, but no luck there. Good night, Dream Man. Thanks for stopping by. I'll be streaming tomorrow, same time, if that works out a little bit better for you. Pretty decent battle here. Mastery badge 2nd class. Damage-wise, 1400. Not too shabby, facing off against higher tiers, and a little bit of assist damage, but taking a little bit of damage there in the beginning definitely made me back off a little bit there. Alright, so why don't we hop into WZ-120, since that's the tank I'm trying to push through to get to tier 10, and then after that I'll be wide open to purchase back lower tier tanks. Alright, so Ensk again. This time in counter mode. Kind of deciding where I want to end up. I'd like to push straight ahead, to be honest. I'm probably going to end up here. I find usually in counter modes it's better to face the enemy head on instead of worrying too much about the flag. You still got to worry about it no matter what map you are on, but usually the way encounters are set up, it's more about team deathmatch than trying to cap somebody out or protect your base. So we'll see if my team got my little hint there. I'm gonna help somebody. Okay, no, nobody's coming down here. Alright, kind of rethinking my decision, but I'm already somewhat committed here. Just want to get right up here. Crap. I forgot that logs block shots, and you can't shoot through them like some soft cover. Hopefully I can get a shot here, but be careful, E5. Alright, so our team is spread out everywhere. Don't really like that kind of tactic, but we'll see if it works. Definitely need these guys to move. They're not doing anybody any good sitting back there. Doesn't help that we have that charioteer pushing up, and I missed that shot for the M46. Felt like that was kind of worth the risk to get that T-62 either out or injured enough to where he's not going to want to push on us. Okay, Mr. E-75. Yeah, I'll take a track there. Alright, M46, are you going to push out, or is E75 gonna push out? Hope you are. I'm doing decent damage-wise. It's just my team not exactly doing the best here. I might take a shot, but figured it was worth it to get a shot on that VK. It's gotta be a little bit. Okay. You are starting to annoy me. I'm getting a little lucky on my shots here, but hell, I'm trying my best here to salvage something out of this match. Peekaboo. Alright, time to use my HP. Hopefully wisely here. I probably should have taken a shot on him, but goddamn it. That's not good either. No, you don't. Alright, we're starting to do a little bit of a comeback here. Nicely done. Alright, so I have no idea how much HP any of these guys have. Just definitely gotta hope not one of them sitting here. Okay, found them.
们未能穿透他们的装甲。
Alright, so I got a TD behind me. Can hopefully help out a little bit. Alright, didn't take a shot there. Just waiting for him to move around though. I knew it was going to happen. We need to focus on him first, guys. I just barely didn't have a shot on him. Yeah, this guy definitely moved out of his comfort zone here. We just really need to get this IS-7 out first. Need to get the numbers on our side here so we can safely come out with a victory. I'm gonna hopefully get these guys to target the IS-3. When it comes down to the end here, having not a lot of tanks, you really need to focus on getting the numbers on your side. I'm just gonna right on here. Hopefully this Rumba is gonna come up and take him out. That would be fantastic. Alright, so we're actually doing pretty damn good here as a team. Granted the E5, good job E5. Now we just have to find that tank destroyer. He's never been spotted, which leads me to believe he's over here. So we'd be better, I guess, sitting here and playing it safe for now. I don't even care if he isn't J1. I'd rather take the safe bet here. He's still got full HP, so they can gladly go and kill him, but if he's really stuck against a wall, I'd rather leave him there. But any event, a pretty decent match here. I thought it was going to be a loss, but I guess all that little dancing I did paid off in the end. Definitely a good match all around. Usually when you see low HP teammates, sometimes it kind of turns negative when they start pushing into enemies, but fortunately we came out in the end here. Alright, so we got a Mastery Badge First Class here. High Caliber Award. Confederate. Damage-wise, most in the match. 4,774, most experience. Didn't really block anything. WZ doesn't have bad armor, but still. And assisted with a little bit. All in all, pretty damn good match. Helps that Ensk is almost entirely flat. But in any event, that was one of my better matches I had in the WZ. So why don't we swap into a heavier tank. Thank you, Zach. Which, if there's any tanks anybody wants me to play, I will gladly hop into them. Which, actually, going back to your question, Andre, about sniper tanks, I mentioned the German ones I don't have, but I do have 2 British ones. The FV isn't exactly the best sniper in the world, but you kind of have to play it a little far away to work. But the Tortoise here, since it is slow, usually you do end up kind of quote-unquote sniping. Not that I really like using that word, because usually I play more aggressively and not too far back. But the Tortoise here, excellent gun, just spews out damage per minute. Decent HP, decent armor, just really lacks in the size department. It's a little bit too big for its speed, and also it lacks a little bit of speed to get to places. Thank you, Abdul. So in this map, I don't want to sit out in the field because due to my size, kind of lack of armor against 9s and 10s, and that Conquer gun carrier, I'm gonna try to push into the towns. It's typically a little bit more important in the field, but since I'm very slow, might as well stick it out over here. Hello, trooper. I guess hope. Yeah, laughing, coughing. I don't know if anybody else. What is that? Sword Art Online, I think that anime is. It was from that show. I don't watch too much of those shows, but I keep up with a couple of them that are interesting. Alright, so that T10 is damaged already. That's a little bit surprising. Damaged here a little bit, but I'm gonna try to get a shot off on him. You don't have a turret, of course, so moving left and right sometimes is a little difficult in this tank. Unfortunately, they went in the spot that I wanted to get, but I will still hold this because both of those tanks don't have a excellent capability to push around corners on me. So as long as we stay back, this is still not exactly a bad situation for us. We just have to play it correctly. That E3 should get some support from our team, so hopefully they help them out. I don't know why this guy keeps popping out and taking damage here. But as long as our E3 does well, we can kind of swing. So hopefully they end up pushing here. I just want to kind of keep poking out here. I just want them to be able to hit my track here and nothing else. Alright, we got the Conqueror moving out now. Alright. Unfortunately, get a shot off there. But they should be able to push in there. It's just the E3 should do alright against that E5. It's just doing it. So maybe I'll push over, because we really should push here. We have the field slightly pushed up. I just don't get what the whole thing is about the E5. It's just one tank. I'm gonna take a shot here. But we need to push, guys. Come on. The rest of our team's doing well. I will gladly push up with you, E3. Don't close in too far on it. Alright, let's just get him there again. Unfortunately, now we're getting flanked from behind. We still have a couple people back here, but hopefully our town side starts poking out. Overall, though, I still feel like this was the best choice. It's just our town side needs to push over to help us here. Come on, Mr. Conqueror. You gonna come around here? Fortunately, well-aimed shots don't perform very well in the Tortoise. It's just, you have a lot of holes in your armor, so if people are able to aim in, then they can definitely pick you apart. I'd probably go for the 140 Zach over the Leopard 1. Can't really go wrong with Russian medium tanks. So that guy was waiting for me, which I knew, but did not expect him to take out my loader there. Even though without a loader you do lose it a lot because of this upper weak spot. Takes one of your 2 loaders out. You still have insane amount of DPM for a tier 9 tank destroyer with it. Even though it is a small negative about the tank, you can still live with it. But yeah, Zach, the Object 140, I'd probably go for that over the Leopard one. But both tank lines aren't bad. I don't think there's exactly a bad tank line in World of Tanks. So, that's just my personal opinion. The only gripes I really have is A, the Waffle Trigger isn't replaced yet, and B, right now the British FV-4005 Stage 2 tank destroyer at tier 10, that's a little bit underpowered, but otherwise you can't really go wrong. It really just comes down to playstyle. So decent match here. Got a Mastery Badge First Class. A little lucky there. Hand of God. 3,500 damage. Decent amount of experience. Blocked a little bit. Spotted for a little bit. Made a little bit of credits. But the Tortoise, going back to Andre asking about a tank destroyer good at kind of hanging back. Tortoise can do that, and it can also move up and kind of fight on the front lines at times. You just gotta kind of finagle it a little bit, and definitely be careful going around corners so you don't get tracked and stuck there. Alright, so let's hop into the T-54 here. Alright, this is gonna be a doozy here. So many freaking mediums. I guess a lot of people got their rentals again recently, because I saw it died down a little bit. I know people bought them, but I haven't really seen this many when I was playing last week. So I'm actually gonna head towards the town, just because I kind of wanted to go to the valley, honestly. In the current state of Lakeville, it kind of, from this side, pushing the valley isn't exactly the worst idea in the world. But against that many M46s and PZ58s, I don't want to get stuck on that center little hill there and end up being kind of stuck there with lack of gun depression. So take a little bit safer route. The other person's going to do the same thing. Hoping my team ends up pushing here with me. Okay, tier 10s, where did you go? Looks like they all disappeared. Right, we only have 2, but I was expecting a little bit more support in the town or somewhere. Alright. So yeah, this guy, definitely have to worry about artillery sitting here, but not too much to where they'll hit me right off the bat. Alright, good. At least the Object 140 is moving into the valley. Might... never mind. I was going to say, might be able to sneak a shot off on this PZ58. If I get up here in time. Never mind. Good job, Persian. Now, I haven't really seen where the enemy's 10s are either. I'm just going to peek out there quickly. Didn't see anybody, but somebody might have spotted me and I didn't know. Ooh. T-34. And that Carnivor's taking quite a bit of damage. Thought I might just barely squeak by there. The T-34, and I did, fortunately. pull back. Since might, never mind. Let's say might be able to get a shot on him. But no, I'd rather help with this T-54 E1 down here. He just blew his clip. So a little bit of free damage there. Let's get him out real quick. T-54, you just gotta know angle your armor, and you can get away with a lot more than other mediums in this. Looks like their tier 10 tank destroyers might have both went over to the bounty. I do not remember. God damn it. I should have pushed back into him and kept angled, but yeah, he was definitely, I think that was a premium clip there, but I could be wrong. Your armor's decent, but still, he had a pretty good chance of going through me. I was hoping to get one more shot on him to kill him, and then push up, of course, but hopefully our team comes out on top. It's really hit or miss, because, I don't know, our Valley, they were doing decent, but they did not need to push because we were doing well in the town, but sometimes you don't really know how the other side's doing, so I can see where they might have thought that they needed to push. But in any event, top on to the next tank here, Super Persian. Alright, so we got mines. Decent map flow tonight. Definitely not getting the same map over and over, which is delightful. That's definitely annoying when you're streaming and you're playing the same map over and over, trying to keep things fresh. Yeah, I can hop into the T-34 after this battle. I saw that just after I popped into the Super Persian. Yeah, I didn't see the 4th of July paint job on the T-34, but that does sound a little bit odd to me. I'm gonna try, I wish I was in the other spawn, but I'm gonna try to push up into this area here and hope our hill does decent. It looks like we might have enough people over there. Just since it's encounter mode, or actually there's 3 people heading over there, so I will leave them to that. I'll push along the bottom of the hill. I usually focus more on the town than trying to go to the hill or the other side. It's just a little bit more worthwhile, since this is one of the few encounter matches where, since you can get into a lot of decent places behind those buildings, you can cap enemy teams out pretty effectively. You guys need to get over here. Don't sit there and lollygag. That's not a good spot to be in. Whew, got a KB2 and an OI in front of me. This is not good. Doesn't help that I completely missed that shot, but not exactly good. I do not want to slug it out with those tanks, of course. I thought I would have been able to punch through the M6 there. Trying not to use premium rounds here, but if I keep bouncing and missing, I just might have to. Alright, that little guy, gotta be careful that he doesn't pop down on me. So we can get him out. Our team is not doing well. Whew. Unfortunately, this KB2 kind of has a bead on me here. Alright, so they're actually pushing through the center here. Or at least trying to. And I'm trying to hit him. So I will hop over here to... Oh, god damn it. That was 100% a bad shot on my part as far as the aiming goes. So I'm going to try to help out with this T-29 here. Hopefully he ends up stopping. We don't have that much support back here, unfortunately, for our artillery. Even though we're behind, I'm still liking our chances as long as the enemy does not push behind me, then I will be alright here. And if I can please stop bouncing off of tanks. Granted, I probably should have still focused on the T-29 here. God damn it, another ammo rack. I definitely took that corner bad, but that's one thing where you get ammo racked in this tank a lot. Definitely doesn't help that I'm getting shot in the butt now, but I'm going to take my chances pushing into the Tiger 1. Ooh, God. That is not a tank that you want to see. Unfortunately, though, with my ammo rack, I'm pretty much just a sitting duck here, especially with my turret weak spots. That was pretty easy for him. Hello, Jerry. Nice to see you again. But yeah, that definitely turned south quick, but I don't know. Our team just seemed to vaporize there. Didn't help that I missed a few very easy shots, but yeah, that is definitely something where mine's definitely snowballs fast. If your team or the enemy team starts on a roll, it definitely turns in one team's favor very quickly. But still, not the worst match in the world. Did the most amount of damage on my team. Almost the most amount of damage in a match. Blocked a little bit, spotted for a little bit. Still came out with 60,000 credits, but yeah, could have did a little bit differently there to come out with a win. So hopping into T-34 here for you, Zach. Alright, so we got Pilsen. Alright, so there's two FV304s. Definitely not the RD I want to see, to where I was thinking about heading over here because I start going down a list and I'm like, no. I don't want those two kind of spamming rounds at me. But seeing as our team doesn't exactly have a typical heavy tank, at least, yeah, pretty much anywhere. It's me and the T-28 prototype. As far as armor goes this match, I'm still going to head over to the 1 to 2 line just to have some kind of presence there. Granted, the enemy team has the T-34 AT-15. And I guess the T-29. Alright guys, learn how to drive here. For some reason I'm pretty decent driving in World of Tanks, but when it comes to World of Warships, I end up running into islands a ton. Yep, Andrew, I do not run any mods at all. Everything you see here, or on any of my videos I make, they have no modifications to them. Alright, so I am glad I did not go over to the other side because our whole team would have been there. Yep, I can hop into the bat chat for you, Abdul. I actually haven't minded playing it the past few times. I'm starting to kind of get in a rhythm with it again. And yeah, I hope I get an ace tanker in that thing too. Finally knock that thing out of the way. I wanted to go down the 2 line just to stay in the center. However, I'd rather move over here where I have that Jagged Panther behind me. Really hope our team does well on that side because almost our entire fighting force is over there. Now this T-150 is pushing up. Oh, our team's falling behind, so T-150 doesn't get pushed on. So I'm gonna pop over to this side a little bit more than I want it to. Okay. Surprise! Granted, we saw it coming, but
We've lost the track.
I'm gonna take a little bit of a chance here to not repair my track.
Track fixed.
I see that PZ-58 behind me, but for the best. Yeah, he's pushing on the T-150, of course. Ooh, that was not good for either of you guys. Don't know why you guys felt it necessary to push up that far with me.
They're knocked out.
I'm just gonna ignore... That's alright, Joseph. I'm just gonna ignore that SU-100Y. We're already behind by considerable margin. So I'm gonna try to get back into the center and hopefully help out my team. I'm gonna take a little bit of a risk and head on the enemy side, but I feel like it might not be worth it now. Yeah, this is a long shot for us to win now, so I'm gonna kind of go into safety mode now and go back to a spot where I might be a little bit safer, but you never know. I could have gotten through around that corner without the SU-100Y or somebody else spotting me, but might as well take the slightly safer approach. Give the FV-304 credit. That was a pretty nice shot. Hello, Hella Bella. Thank you. Ah, crap, I took my eyes off of the screen for a second there, and I missed that shot. No, I'm running away. I'm so terrified of you. And I don't know why somebody needed to shoot a heat round at me, but in any event, it happened. I don't know why someone needed to shoot a heat round there, but yeah. All the credits in the world with those guys. I'll actually sit here for a second just so this game or match ends. Yeah, unfortunately, when your team focuses so many tanks on one side and ends up losing, a little hard to come back from. Granted, it would have helped out a little bit had those two guys with me not died, but there was really no stopping that. We just had to overextend because the other side was falling behind and left a few gaps for the enemy to slip through. Whew, that's exactly... Oh, that was the Artie telling him to come. I was like, ah, that's the kind of dick move to tell someone where your guy is, but he did it himself. But in any event, I ended up getting 3 kills. Didn't really do too much otherwise, but can't win them all. At least I completed a mission. Damage-wise, 1,500. Top 3 of my team. Not too much else there. Alright, so hopping into the bat chat for Abdul here. Here we go. Come on, let's do it. Not that the wait time is very long in World of Tanks compared to, say, Armored Warfare. Alright, so we got mines here. One of the worst maps for the bat chat playing solo and random battles. Just because almost every engagement you're going to be taking, you'll be taking damage. But I'm going to try my darndest to get to the hill. Just to try to win it for my team. This is either going to go decent or very badly, very quickly. But I'll gladly hop into the bat chat again, since this is definitely a harder match for you to pull off a decent match. Now, if you have 2 other tier 10 mediums platoon with you, you can kind of do a couple of different things, like push the 1 line pretty hard, get up into the 2 line in this little area and take out any enemies here. It's just playing alone, it's a little bit harder to make that happen, since you can't really plan that well with your teammates. Trying to come to help you, Bulldog. Rushing in here unloaded though, which is not the smartest. Ooh, God, this is gonna go badly. But I am very much committed here. That does not help that being blocked. Granted, not too much I can do about it. Just get off whatever damage I can. And hopefully, I was hoping I could possibly escape here, but I doubt that I'm gonna make it out of here in time. You can do it. No, I can't. I probably should have kept running when I saw those tanks, but yeah. So sorry about that, Abdul. That did not work out at all. At least I got a little bit of damage off though. Hello, Jinxed. Oh yeah, I'm so angry and raging tonight. Alright, so I'll hop back into the STB one a little bit later there. Or not the STB one, the bat chat. I'll pop into the... Whoops. Let's get my crew back in here. I'll play the E100, then I'll hop back into the bat chat since that did not work out very well. I could have tried to bail off of there, but I still would have ended up taking a crap ton of damage. The enemy just would have kind of followed me because I would have hit the brakes a little bit too late and tried to reverse. Bat chat's not exactly good at switching to reverse and getting out of there really quickly compared to like a light tank. So really that was my best bet. I could have continued to run and then pop off and drop off the hill like I was trying to, but yeah. Like I said in the last mines battle before that, things can go south pretty quickly, especially at higher tiers on mines. Alrighty now, so I'm gonna stick down south, or not south, I'm gonna stick down low, 1 to 2 line in the west. Since I am in a slower tank, there's no artillery. There is that T-95 I gotta worry about, but I'm hoping I can get into F2. Hello, Ned. Unfortunately, I do not have the Object 704. Sorry about that. As far as tanks I have, I'll gladly show them afterwards, but I can hop into, as far as tank destroyers go, high tiers off the top of my head. I have the Tortoise, FV-183. I have the E3, the E4. But unfortunately, Russian tank destroyers are not my strong suit. Hoping I don't get hit for too much damage here. Just want to angle a little bit. Fortunately, there is that KV-4. There we go. Just wanted to aim a little bit over to the right so I had a lesser chance to hit his track that was poking out there. Yeah, I know what rock you're talking about, Jinx. That sometimes does work out. Alright, Mr. T-95. That didn't work. I probably shouldn't have swapped to an HE round, considering T-95 is not the only tank there, but nonetheless, I already did it, so might as well just smack him there for a little bit of damage. Seeing if I can get him to potentially take a bad shot on me. Unfortunately, our northern side is not doing too well because they're lacking tanks. So kind of waiting for you. Ah, oh, god damn it. I missed them. Oh, that was so bad. Yeah, sorry guys. Unfortunately, I know you're doing bad up there. I want to get over to help out. Again, another bad shot. Hit the rock, but seeing as the enemy is very unlikely to push, I'm gonna actually a lot of people just bumped up there. I'm gonna try to continue getting. There's that T-95 again. Let's see him, but I'm gonna push up here. As long as if I angle against the prototype, I'll be fine. But this T-95 can't fight from two flanks. Just gotta make sure I aim above his space armor there. Just gotta keep myself angled. Didn't exactly work as planned, but in any event, the T-95 is hopefully gonna get taken out. There we go. That's what I was looking for there. Thank you, guys. Alright, so this worked out. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't flank people quickly in this, but I just got that T-95 to turn enough to where it helped out either me or my friends, and worked out pretty well there. We turned that around pretty quickly. That guy is mad for someone who just sat in the base. So a pretty quick and easy win for us. I thought when enemy won over here we might be in a little bit of trouble, but fortunately it sided in our favor for this one. Alright, so Mastery Badge 3rd class, a decent amount of damage, but definitely lost some because I missed quite a few heat rounds. But let's hop back into the bat chat since let's see how bad that turned out. I knew it didn't turn out too well for me, but yeah, only 1600, but yeah, it looks like we got capped out, which not too surprising. But in any event, popping into the bat chat, I wasn't meaning that to come off bad, get close to it, but there's not too much to say about spotting Artie. Nope, do not have the TVP yet. I'm still working on the Chinese Tier 10 medium, since I ended up getting the Centurion Action X. I was planning on playing World of Tanks a bit this past week, but I was playing a lot of World of Warships, getting a couple of the missions done since they ended on Monday? Yeah, Monday morning. And just trying to get a couple of those free ships before they went away. Alright, so a little bit of a better map for me here. I'm going to try to spot a little bit up here, unless... Okay, the RU is going to do that, so I will head down south instead. But I might be able to get a little bit of damage off early here if that RU continues to push up and spot a little bit. Never mind, he's going to be the one hanging back. I will try to see if I can spot a couple people moving up through here without taking any damage. Nope. Because sometimes you're able to spot a couple people just heading right through here, but seeing as my team, why I don't know why 183 sitting there. I'm gonna head down south now. I didn't want to go into the town. Bat chat, not very good at that. I was just mainly slowing myself down from getting myself into too much trouble if the enemy team was pushing very hard here, which it looks like they are pushing somewhat aggressively here. Alright, me, Mr. T69. I know I'm not in bushes right now, but trying. There we go. Get a little bit of damage off here. Alright, seeing it where the enemy is, I'm gonna take this chance to reload. That way by the time they push on us or we push on them, I'll be able to have a full clip. Fortunately, I do have that PZ4 on my left. Sorry guys, I don't have my clip right now. Now I'm kind of regretting reloading. Don't do it, T49. And of course I missed you. I don't particularly like the bat chat too much. It is decent playing every now and then. It's just it has no armor. The gun handling, pretty bad on it. And the long reload between clips just makes it very difficult to play when you're solo, which is almost all I do play. And it's really just good for competitive play, in my opinion, and mainly clan wars. But outside of that, there's definitely better tier 10 mediums to play than it currently. So it's back on up here. Get into a little bit of a safe zone, but definitely turning south here for our team. M46, you would be very good at running away right now. I'm just going to kind of regroup on my team over here, and hopefully we can turn it around. But it's starting to look a little less likely here. Okay, it's pumped a little bit of damage into this guy. So you keep making sure I don't let him nudge me, since he can damage me. I was hoping Centurion 1, no armor, I can damage him, even though he was angled a lot. Nope. So I'm going to hopefully load and get behind these guys again. It's definitely a long shot before those mediums get behind us, but it's really my only play here. Hello, buddy. Thank you for not having any armor. Wish I would have killed you earlier, though. Alright, so on to the E100. Hopefully get him out, but a little bit too much HP, unfortunately. Oh, damn it. One more shot, you can do it. There we go. Alright, so it evened out a little bit, but we're still, unfortunately, yeah, I'm not able to, god damn it, I only have 3 shells left at APCR. I forgot that I half loaded a clip earlier, and yeah. So unfortunately my clip's even longer now for reload. I probably could have left it and still taken this E5 out, but I kind of panicked there when I saw 3 shells, and unfortunately it's probably going to cost one or both of these guys, their tanks here. Alright, so I got enough loaded now to where I can get here. Hopefully, there we go. At least I got six kills, but this is still a little bit of a long shot. Hopefully this Object 430 is low HP, and I can kind of catch him off guard, since that IS-3 does not. But, yeah, we'll find out here in a second. It's really make or break here, and don't think I had enough time to reload. And there's the Object 430, of course. I'm not going to be able to kill him, but might as well get a little bit more damage off. Since definitely not gonna make it out of this with a win. Just stay away for 30 seconds. But unfortunately the bat chat struggles when you have to have sustained fire on your enemies, and yeah, didn't exactly work out here because I had to keep retreating. But it turned out better than I thought that match, but unfortunately did end up being a loss. But Mastery Badge 2nd Class, High Caliber Award, Top Gun Award, 5,496 damage, most in the match, but yeah, still ended up being a loss, so still eked out a little bit of a profit. But oh well, next time. I'd definitely play it again sometime tonight. Alright, so let's hop into, why don't we do IS-4? But yeah, as far as tonight goes, I'm playing solo. I find as far as the stream goes, it's a little bit more consistent playing solo, getting a lot of matches in. There's no real downtime, which unfortunately, since I wasn't on this past week, I wasn't able to platoon with anybody, since the only time I was on, I was making that T-22 Locust, or yeah, M22 Locust, wrong nation there, not T-22 video, and I wasn't able to platoon with anybody. Which, whew, Ensk again, but this time 5 artillery. Holy crap. I am going down here. As long as we push into the F line and the bottom of it, pretty decent artillery cover from the enemy team, and any artillery shots taken on you that are somewhat on your flank, you're going to be able to spot them. Now if we don't push, not the end of the world, but definitely take a lot of artillery fire. I'm definitely going to push up. Hello GG, nice to see you again. I'm definitely going to push up kind of where I was at earlier in the WZ-120 and see how that goes. Hopefully I'm not matched up against a tier 10 tank destroyer. Thanks Shinx, nice chatting with you again, good night. Looks like the enemy IS-4 is doing the right thing there. Glad you enjoyed the battle, Abdul. Cool, our team is taking a beating there. Come on guys, we can do it. I just hope that there's a team left for me to save by the time I get over there. You take this corner a little bit wider angle, that way I'm angled the correct way when I get here. Those guys are, they're still going a little bit too slow behind me. It's like, come on guys, we gotta push out here and get these guys to turn around since we're gonna be on their cat. Oopsie daisy. No, don't move. Many people don't know that you can... Come on, dude, get on the cap. We can still definitely cap this out if... Get on. If all three of us were on here, we would have had them pretty much capped out right now. Unfortunately, I got spotted from artillery. Yeah, that's a heat right. That was a very nice M44. And, oh well. Not too much I could have did now that we got reset. Especially since I'm getting whacked with heat rounds in my butt from this Object 430. Just not worth me turning around here. Oh well. But yeah, unfortunately, the M46 and that light tank, they're playing a little bit too passive there. Had they just pushed up with me, we would have been able to get on the cat. I was right about 35% by the time the enemy spotted me and even damaged me. Had all three of us would have been on there, we would have capped them out and won. But unfortunately, sometimes people are afraid of their tank getting destroyed. But in any event, ended up losing. I definitely could have went to the other side, but yeah. Alright, so let's just switch to a different nation while I play the 183mm here. Which is, if there's any other tanks or questions anybody wants to ask me or for me to play, feel free to mention them in chat. I was expecting that bat chat to last a little bit longer, but he did not. Okay, so that is very odd. I have never gotten that error. I don't know why it was trying to put me in a match that just finished, but a little strange. Yeah, for all 12,000 battles that I have in World of Tanks, don't think I've ever gotten that one before. Alright, so here we go at Lakeville again. Starting to see a few maps repeat it here, which is just a little sad since counting the maps in World of Tanks, I believe right now, including the doubles like Fiery Assailant and Proc, I won't even try to pronounce that whole thing. You have about, I think, 38 or 39 total individual maps. So seeing the same ones over and over is a little bit of a downer, but hopefully they improve upon that.
Move out.
I almost wish that, me personally, I actually liked the Rampage mode, the Domination, where you can respawn with 2 other tanks after you die. I actually had a blast starting to play it before the whole rigging and the population dying outside of the matches that were rigged. Then I kind of dropped it, but I think those maps would probably work pretty well for a standard battle with a little bit of tweaking. I'm gonna hope I don't get spotted here. But yeah, I can hop into the T-28 prototype after this. Just need to be down a little bit further south so I can't get spotted as easily. Which they are rebalancing Lakeville. It's probably coming up in the 9.15 patch, most likely. Let's see if I can get a shot off here if this guy... Come on. I thought he might try to push up there. Nope. Not lucky. I was trying to get lucky there since we're already down 1 tier 10. But yeah, actually looking at a developer Q&A today, it seems like they're taking more maps out of the game. I believe Fjords is on their list to take out. I don't know what other ones, but it sounds like they're going to try to take out more maps and quote-unquote make the remaining ones better, which all the power to them, but me personally, I love having a ton of different maps in the game. Keeps the game fresh, and... Okay. Really wish I had an AP shell here. Yeah. Not exactly the best shot I could have taken there. I could have waited another couple seconds. Oh, maybe I did hit that guy. He lost almost all of his HP. But nonetheless, at least he ended up dying. Alright, seeing this T10 and M46 patent here, I'm going to take a slightly riskier approach, but the fast track towards them and go down on this side instead of trudging up to my right here. That'll take me a little bit longer. Don't know why they took that route, but I don't know. It kind of helped us out. They were exposed to that Jagged Tiger there. Surprise T-57. Granted, I didn't do a lot of damage to you. Ooh, I need to get out of here. I'm gonna swap over to AP. Only because I see that T-57 E5 there. Let me hop into something. I don't have to push here. My team kind of needs me to be aggressive here. And almost didn't get that shot, WZ-120. Thanks for nudging me. I know I kind of cut you off, but I wasn't doing it with L10. I was trying to get a shot on the E5 before he backed up. I see this T-62A here. Hoping that this is worth it. Thank you for the heat shell, T-62A. We could have... Oh god. It's not good, not good. Can't get hit again and I'm gonna die. Well, maybe not. Somebody save me. Or not. I knew it was a little risky pushing there, seeing the TVP, but I thought the TVP would have either came over here or over this way, but in any event, that was definitely my fault. I should have realized that he would have just sat there waiting for us to push up. But still did a decent amount of damage, and overall, not a bad match. Alright, unfortunately I'm not platooning right now. T-28 prototype. Alright, whoops. I'm blind. Oh, I was completely lost there. Alright, so Sand River Assault. Not a bad matchup. Decent amount of 8s, couple 9s. Of course, I got to worry about those 9s and the T-34 and Mutzes as far as penetrating my armor goes. I'm probably gonna end up over here, just for the sake of things. I'm not exactly the fastest tank in the world, so trying to trek all the way over here, by the time I get there, my flank's either going to be doing good or losing and getting hit by here. So better for me just to go where I spawn closest to. I would have very much liked spawning over here and getting up into this area, but kind of had to take what the map gives you sometimes in a slower tank. While the T-28 isn't as slow as, say, a T-95, it's pretty close to it. And it's definitely, you have to fight the tank as far as where you can get to practically, more so than the enemy sometimes. But I'm going to try initially to set up. Hopefully I can get a quick shot off in the center from a medium on the enemy team or a light. There are not really any lights over there. Making a mistake. But we'll see what this M46 uncovers here. Surprisingly not that much on our side. I'm honestly surprised. Usually you find a couple mediums pushing into that area. Nonetheless, might as well keep chugging towards the side where... there's a couple people. I guess they went slightly different route there. Seeing as I don't see many people on my left here, and we already uncovered one of the tier 9 top tanks, I'm gonna move out here in the center a little bit. Potentially get down to where the Tiger 2 is. I was gonna head where the M46 is, but I don't think I may get too many shots there. Yep, I can play the M4 A3 E2 Jumbo. It's one of my more favorite mid-tier tanks. So I gotta be a little bit careful. Seeing, god damn it. I did not expect the T-34 there. Did not expect that to miss either. Unfortunately though, I guess I did make a little bit of a tactical error here. Now I'm in a very slow tank with no cover, and artillery is shooting at me, of course. So just trying to help out the IS-3 here, because once he goes down, we lose that entire river basin unless that T-34 can pull something off. And yeah, this is not gonna turn out too well for us now. Let's see if I can catch this T-25. There we go. Fortunately, I do not want to get hit by an SPG in this, but kind of got myself into that situation right now. Is he coming up right here? It looks like he is. Oop, never mind, he's backing off. Trying to help you, but unfortunately I picked the wrong place. Hopefully that makes them rethink a little bit, but they have the momentum right here. God damn it. Oh, I hate that freaking backplate on the T-34. But oh well. Yeah. Thanks, Chico. Yeah, this was a bad battle. I put myself in the wrong spot for T-28, and I should have just stuck with my initial plan. It would have been a lot better. Which, whew, we ended up losing Lakeville. Well, a little surprised there, but kind of my fault for dying. But 3,877 damage, and yeah, the enemy at TVP definitely, yeah, he got me there. Alright, so M4 Jumbo. Let's get a crew in here. Which I run this with the top turret and top 76mm. I find the added view range from the top turret is well worth ditching the well-armored stock turret. But there's no wrong way to playing it. Even though I would basically either use this setup, top turret, top 76mm, or go stock turret into 105. I wouldn't really venture too much further out from that. Alright, so tier 8 match here. Unfortunately, the E2, I would almost rather have the E8 here. Easy 8. The E2 struggles significantly from fighting against higher tiers, and not exactly the best matchup for me here. I'm gonna take a different approach than I usually do here and set up a little bit further back. I don't know what that VK3001D is doing, but all the power to him. A lot of the times enemies in the south here end up pushing right to here, so I'm hoping I'm gonna team up with this object 416 that we're gonna be able to get around to the side of them. So far it's not looking too good for us here. Doesn't help that I keep trying to wiggle my way over to where I want to be and not making it. I don't have a shot on him, don't have a shot on him. I want to make my way over to the other side of the lake where that guy is, but god damn it, can I please hit something here? This is getting very, very frustrating. Unfortunately, I don't have the BDR Abdul. Alright, so I'm now the prime target for the enemy team. Fantastic. Unfortunately, now I pushed out a little bit too far, and I'm going to be boned here. Yes, I'm auto-aiming, but there's almost no point in me moving. Oh, that one... Yeah. That was terrible. That went a lot different in my head, but unfortunately our team didn't push out on either side, which is often the case you find in assault for this mode, and yeah. But I'd much rather push out and try to do something than sit there and die from being flanked all around. But not too much of a surprise we lost this. I definitely very bad. Alright. Yeah, unfortunately I don't know if you're watching the stream, whoever keeps sending me platoon invites, but I'm not streaming, or I'm not platooning right now. Congratulations, GG. Not that I don't put too much faith in the win rate 8 and all that, so... If you're having fun with the game, just take little baby steps if you want to improve, but I would probably not look at stats for a good month or so and check back after that. Alright, so I'm gonna hopefully leave my 3 tier 10 mediums and the T-54s to the hill. They should have a pretty easy time getting it. I'm gonna try to weasel my way into this area. Yeah, sometimes you get called some pretty weird things. Since I've been playing League of Legends a little bit on the side casually, I've been called some pretty foul words. Since I'm not exactly the best player in the world, and even if I am doing something right, I find people are really angry in that game. So if you ever think World of Tanks is bad, I would probably look up bad League of Legends community and see some things that get posted there. So I'm quite surprised that I have nobody on this side. I am very surprised, to be honest, that nobody is over here. And unfortunately, they are now capping, which means someone's near me. Seeing if I can potentially get a shot on this T-10. spot it. I knew someone was sitting right back there. No, I thought I had a shot. I know I kind of have a shot. I just need to destroy the little frickin' destructible building there. If I have the T-150, I can try to play it Craig. If I just have to make sure I have it plus the crew for it. But if my memory serves me correctly, I do have it. Just tried to take a lucky shot there, but again, things are not going too well. But yeah, I just don't get people in, say, League of Legends and even Dota. Like, the game, it's weird to me. Like, people fighting over which lane they can go down, and oh my god, you're doing something wrong, and people, and I only play like random, like, noob games in it, and people take it so goddamn seriously. It's almost like hopping into a clan battle in World of Tanks if you're trying to join a random match and you like it. If you get put in with like a tier 2 tank in a tier 10 clan battle and people are just like bitching at you constantly, and it's not your fault, but that's how I feel at times in League of Legends. Oh, Mr. STB1. And maybe I was a little bit off there. Alright, so that did not work out. Just trying to help you out. Ooh, at least he bounced off my turret. That helped out a little bit. It'd be nice if I could. No, I was trying to save you. That didn't work out. I'm gonna die now. Ah, sorry about that, GG. So Dota, whatever. Sorry about that. I don't particularly follow that game, so yeah. But yeah, I do think playing League, it can be fun. I play like one match in the morning, but everything, any outside of that, like playing more matches than that, sometimes gets a little stressful there. So T-150, let me see if I have that tank for you. Unfortunately, I do not have the T-150, Craig. I do have the KV-1 though. So I'll hop into that for you, and hopefully that suffices. Alright, so hopefully you can get back on track here. But yeah, the T-150 is definitely a great heavy tank. It plays semi-similar to the KV-1, but it is a little bit different. Basically, it depends on what you're facing against. Say you're facing off against a lot of 6s in a T-150, then your armor kind of holds up. You just have to angle it pretty heavily because your side armor and frontal armor both angled, I would say about 35 degrees on the front or 30 degrees. Gives you pretty good protection and kind of wiggle back and forth to get people to aim at one spot and then shoot. I'm not too surprised. A lot of people are sending platoon invites. It's just unfortunately during streaming, I'm trying to play solo. There's nothing against people. It's just I think it's a little bit more. The pace is a little bit better. But I'll gladly platoon with people when I'm not streaming otherwise. So sorry about that, Orlando. So I'm going to take a little bit of a leap of faith here and push towards the center. There are 2 OIs, where there is 2 OIs, and oh god, an enemy team. And ARL. God damn it, dude. Like, trying to get a little bit of damage off. Yeah, possibly tomorrow night I'll platoon with a couple people. It's just tonight. Trying not to die by the OI. The enemy team is just, oh, they are playing very interesting, to say the least here. This is gonna hurt. Not in the face. Fortunately, I was trying to penetrate him with premium, but that didn't exactly work out too well. So why don't we just try HEing him to death? That seems like the thing to do right now. Hopefully I damaged his gun. Dodge that though. I will gladly take credit for that. Platoon with some people. Otherwise I will be on World of Tanks between my streams this week. A little bit more than last week since I finished my grinding with World of Warships for a while. This is probably gonna not be a smart idea. But yes, I'm using premium rounds a little liberally here, but just trying to get us a tank advantage here. This OI is gonna completely trying to track him. There we go. Alright, he's starting to aim the other way. No! KV-1. Alright, so he ended up shooting. I just want to know with that miss, I might be able to get this OI out before he reloads, but we'll see. It's going to be... yeah, I was about to say it's not going to happen now that I've bounced. Our team is still playing very conservatively for the amount of people left on the enemy team. I'm very surprised since usually people are like, oh, there's only like a couple tanks left, let's push out and get this over with. But in any event, only already now. But the T150 plays very similar to KV-1. Just if you're against higher tiers, play more cautiously, or if you're against OIs for that matter, and otherwise just keep yourself angled and your gun's pretty good. It's just you need to basically don't push your luck against higher tiers and you'll do well in either the KV-1 or the T150. All in all, not that bad of a match though. Got 4 kills. Definitely flung a little bit of premium rounds, but if you want to win games, sometimes you have to kind of open your wallet up and throw them out there. Otherwise, those OIs would have been a lot harder to kill. Mastery badge first class. Damage-wise, only 812, but knocked out 4 tanks. Experience-wise, a little bit better. And really, those OIs, not to say I took them down, but I was a pretty big target for them, and definitely not dying helped my team out a lot. Alright, I was about to say, how did this match end up? I don't think I saw the end report for this. But a little bit under an hour here left. So if there's any other tanks or questions anybody has, feel free to ask them, and I'll do my best to answer them or play the tanks for you. So why don't I hop into the T110E3 here. Alright, so once again, mines. I like this map, but for tier 10s, it's a little small. Fortunately, there's a lot of 8s on this match, but still, it's a little bit small for playing high tiers on. Actually, remember, since there are new motion physics coming out next patch, before, because I played World of Tanks before, when you couldn't drop down on hills, your tank would just teeter down, and you'd have to reverse to go down. I remember when they first introduced physics, you could actually drive up here on the mountains, but they kind of toned that down a little bit. Alright, so we have pretty good force on the hillside here. Nobody's heading to the town, so I guess I'm gonna head over there and kind of stick on this side. If we had a couple more people heading here, E75 might join me. I was gonna push down here, hopefully take out any enemies. Okay, I was not planning on hitting that rock and making my way towards their base. Alright, so that did not work out for our team. They kind of got stopped dead in their tracks there. The enemy somewhat did, but yeah, I would consider that a loss for us, considering we lost 2 tanks and they lost none. Hopefully nobody made it out to my left. That'll make this significantly easier. Do have to worry about artillery getting hit around this corner. I'm hoping that I can surprise. Okay, maybe not. Surprise enemies, but I don't want to push from around this corner. I'd much rather get down here. That way artillery is not able to hit me, and I'm going to have no tanks on my flank. So even though I have a semi-shot on this E4, hopefully this guy gets what I'm pinging. I'm just going to get my position ready first and then worry about shooting people. Alright, in uncharted territory here with the E3. Usually I do not push up this far, with enemies still on the hill, but nonetheless I'm gonna try it here. Seeing if I can get any shots on these guys, but no. No luck for me. I'm feeling very weird right here. I don't want to keep pushing, but I don't have any shots on anybody. And I very much want to push. Okay, never mind. That helps me a little bit, that waffle trigger. Here we go. Maybe. There we go. That was not very nice, taking my commander out. Just gotta worry about artillery here. Alright, so I basically did nothing this match, but fortunately my team did well enough that we're gonna come out with a win, hopefully. Gotta worry about this M48. You gonna try that again? Probably not, because you're dead. just try an HE shell out. If these guys are close enough, I might be able to splash them with one shell. Very unlikely, but it's potential down here where the M53 is, if I can make it there. But this is probably one of... I did absolutely nothing this match aside from one shot, I think. So, fortunately my team carried me to victory. I just kind of took a nice little stroll. And these guys are about to be nuked. We'll let this T-54 get them. Not that I would have made it there in time anyway. Alright, so my E3 match, I got a win, but I did anything. Which, sorry Abdul, I did not see your message earlier for artillery. I will gladly hop into a SPG. Alright, so I did 719 damage. Not too much. Alright, so why don't I play the T-92? Definitely not the most reliable RD, but nonetheless, I'll give it a go here and see what happens. Yeah, at least I didn't get flanked or anything happened to me that was bad, but still, matches like that, I don't mind them too much, but unfortunately they're not exactly the most interesting thing to watch, just driving around. But I'll gladly take a match where I don't have to do anything and still get a win. That's really all I play for. I don't care about my win rate and anything. I just care about winning. Same thing in World of Warships. Like, unfortunately XVM has kind of bled over in the World of Warships, and I kind of made my profile private. That way people aren't bitching and moaning about who's and whose stats, and you get focused on too much for being a good player. Not that I'm the best World of Warships player, but I'm kind of up there statistically, and that's a game where you can get focused down a lot more than in World of Warship or World of Tanks. Alright. Maybe I'm gonna aim down here, to be honest. This T-54, I have a feeling, will get me a better spot on a non-light tank earlier on, but we'll see. He should spot somebody right around this area. Alright, so there's that Centurion 7-1 I could have shot at, but... Alright, come on T-54, I'm putting faith in you. Somebody down there, please push into K3, K4. Really regretting my decision to aim down here now. But I don't want to ditch it until I see that there's nobody here, because there could be an E100 or the E4 sitting here. But nothing. Oop, there's an E100. Let's just move over here a little bit and aim in for about 5 minutes. That would have been an excellent shot. Okay, now I'm just waiting for C-100 to get into his location, aim a little bit behind him, direct hit. Now unfortunately I see this side is weak. I'm gonna try, I wanted to do it right off the bat, but I hesitated. I need to get into G1 or else I'm gonna get screwed here in the long run. Unfortunately, the T-92, when they rebalanced already over a year ago, nerfing a bunch of accuracy and whatnot, they've really nerfed its mobility too. I didn't think it needed a mobility nerf, but it basically turns it into a slug, which is sad because before it had a perfect amount of mobility to where it could get to places where they were useful being, but it wasn't too fast to where it was like bat chat levels. But unfortunately, they kind of nerfed its mobility, and that bothers me more so than the accuracy change. But it's still a playable tank. It's just a little bit, since I did play the previous T92, that a little bit of a downer playing the current iteration. So right about there. Another decent hit. I'm going to continue to move over a little bit just so if they do get on our flag, I'll be able to hit them. This Conqueror might spot me. Very low chance being where he is, but nonetheless I have to be a little careful. I want to get right to about this little bush here. That way I can't be spotted from the base. And I'm actually going to aim over this way to begin with. Alright, so unfortunately here, I have faith that they're going to be able to hopefully get our base. Keep that guy spotted. I'm trying to get a hit on this guy to kind of open it up for our team a little bit.
That was close.
Now I'm going to focus on the base. I was lying a little bit there. I meant 35 seconds. But anyway. Someone would gladly spot it. I will chuck a shell there. Someone, anyone. It's like, I'm guessing they're here in the right. Well, I'm gonna hold my shot. Nope, he's over here in the left. Thank you. Now I can aim at this E4 instead. So let me. Alright, he's chugging along here. God damn it.
That was close.
I expected him to keep pushing since he was pushing pretty hard. Won't say I'm the best person in artillery either. It's like I am using premium rounds here too, just because the T92 is so inconsistent. I find it a little bit more, or a little less frustrating to play it with premium with the added splash range. Alright, let's see if I can help here with this guy so he doesn't get back into a spot where he can use his armor. Alright, this PZ4 TD is doing a number on him, but I'm just going to help him out here just to get him out of the way.
Got him.
Alright, now time to move up a little closer, just because the accuracy. T92 is a SPG where moving closer to the fight is highly recommended because of your poor accuracy. I think all artillery in a way should have their maximum range nerfed and basically require them to get closer to the fight. It would solve a lot of problems that people complain about artillery. Alright, never mind. That guy got erased, so did that guy. Yeah, TD mode, Zach. I think I'll pass. And let me go TD mode if it's absolutely required. T92 isn't exactly the best at it either, unless you have an AP shell and it's a very tall enemy since you can't put your gun down. Alright, this guy probably... no, he's not going to end up there. Yes, he is. Here we go. Ooh, it was close. But unfortunately, that's something you should get accustomed to if you're playing the T92. I'll actually hop into... since I don't play too much artillery, I'll hop into the M53, M55 here next. Yay, I'm drifting. Sometimes gotta amuse yourself when you're doing bad in a T-92. Very good job by Burt there in the T-54 though. He had a pretty good match. 6 kills. Somebody gonna kill that SPG? Okay, maybe I should have taken a shot on him. Oh well. I was just expecting one of them to just pop over and kill him, but in any event, at least we won the match. Got another mission done somehow. So overall, somehow I did 3,578 damage. A little bit better than I thought. Lost a little bit of credits because I did miss quite a few shots. But let's hop into the M53, M55 here. Don't exactly know if this works on artillery, but nonetheless I'm going to try it because the M53 does have a semi-functional turret on it. Whew, Bat Chat platoon on the enemy team. That's gonna be difficult for me to hit them. I'm just looking at the enemy team, and I have a very strong feeling they're gonna push hard on this side. I'm hoping our team pushes hard here because I'm gonna put a little faith in them and move over into B1 or B2 to start with, a little bit safer.
To roll out.
Typically, starting from this side, you have an advantage pushing down and killing the enemy here. Other side has an advantage up here. Now, it doesn't always play out that way, but as far as the map's set up, that's just the strengths of each team. Now, our team's sending a lot of people over to the other side, so I really hope they end up winning. I'm going to put a little bit of faith in the guys over here and try to help them out. Hopefully they push far enough ahead to where I don't regret standing over here. But it is designed for artillery over here. You're low enough to where nobody can spot you unless they are basically right on top of you or elevated up here into 2-line. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna start out by shooting on the other flank. Alright, thanks GG. I always forget sometimes because I haven't exactly played too many turret arties to know that snapshot would work. Alright, I'm gonna wait till that guy, yep, he found that little divot here. So hopefully he stays there. Yep, looks like I missed. Alright. I'm very tempted to use AP here with this Lorraine. I'm gonna stick with HE just because I'm not exactly sure if Lorraine's gonna be my end target. Oh, that T10 is very angry. Stay there, please. Or not. Alright, so how about if I get a shot on this? Ooh, God, he's pushing a little bit too aggressively for my health. Especially because I completely missed there. M53 is accurate, but so far I have not gotten too much help from the random number generator. Way too late for me to run. So I'm gonna go to plan B and hope that the enemy does not come down here. Which, yay, he just came just barely close enough to spot me. Thank you so much, Batchat. I'm not aware if I have Sixth Sense on this or not, but I have a feeling I don't. Now, Hopefully I can get a shot on him. Yep, and that didn't work either. I'm doing everything wrong in artillery right now. Here's the hoping the enemy team just kind of strolls on by. And this guy's gonna ruin it for me. No. That's not very nice. So yeah, I basically did nothing this match again. God damn it. A little upset, but oh, I should have, seeing the amount of allies went going over to the other side, I should have pushed over there, but you know, I was trying to make that spot work. And let's hop into the M22 Locust since that's a fun tank to play. So about a half hour left with the stream here, so if there's any other specific tanks you want me to play, feel free to mention them. If not, I'm going to pick tanks that hopefully I'm going to rebound from this slight bad streak I've been doing here. Kind of end the night strong. So Sacred Valley. Not a map I see too much in the lower tiers. I guess I barely got into it because there's tier 5s here. Yep, not what to do in artillery. Granted, that spot does work out really well if your team actually holds that side. It's just once people push that close, you have absolutely no shots. But had they stayed down there in the G1 area around the castle, you have very good angles on them. But yep, unfortunately, not too well there. Yep, I can play the KV-220 next, Abdul.
Let's go.
Once I get my little tank game here, little petite tank, midget tank, whatever. This tank's just fun. Come on, there's a building larger than it. Oh no, I gotta make sure I don't damage myself. Just kind of seeing if there's any enemies that are gonna push up and make a slight mistake in the beginning. I don't particularly want to push up here because nobody on my team is heading this way. And I'm definitely gonna regret pushing up here if he starts hitting me. I'm just gonna hide behind all these little buildings that I'm very small against. I'm actually extremely surprised that our team sent nobody up here. Like I don't get it. Yep, no problem. So I guess I'm gonna revert to trying to help get this flank open because I can't exactly fight head-on against any tank here except for possibly the ST-39 or the Type 91 from the back. But this is gonna end badly, it looks like. I guess I can try to do my best to cap. I'm small enough to where I can hide here. And no enemies should be able to get me unless my team lets them pass that bridge. Or if an SPG is smart enough and hits me here. But we'll see. In about 5 seconds, I'm probably going to get one shot at, but I'm trying to make lemonade here out of lemons because while it's not the worst setup in the world where my team is, it's definitely not ideal. This guy, thank you very much for doing that, Skoda. Now I've got to worry about artillery, of course. Do have a couple premium rounds here. This Stug 3 is able to see me. But somehow our team recovered. Good job for them. I'm not exactly doing much here, but Fortunately, it is making the enemy kind of pull out of safety. Sorry, T-67, but I know I cannot penetrate the Stug 3 from this range, even with premium, effectively. Oh lord, here's another tank coming for me here. Fortunately, I'm kind of pulling their guys out of cover. I just hope I don't get smacked by an SPG. Oh shit, now he sees me. Yep. Thank you very much, LEFH. I guess I'm done sitting on the cap doing nothing. Take that. Don't shoot me, please. And thank you. So yeah, I guess I didn't do anything this game as well as far as damage goes or spotting. I'm just, I guess, trying to soak up damage and being annoying to the enemy. I guess it counts for something. Maybe, just maybe. There we go, all 43 damage.
Enemy armor is hit.
There we go.
Enemy is hit.
Fortunately, that's almost the amount of HP that my tank has. I was about to say, he's around here somewhere.
Penetration.
There they are. Don't really have a good chance of penetrating that guy. And fortunately, he's shot.
That one bounced. Enemy armor is damaged. Penetration.
Don't do it.
Enemy
Really?
armor is hit.
Fortunately, this thing is very mobile. There we go. At least I got him out. Now I gotta worry about the LEFH.
Enemy armor is hit.
Just trying to track him here.
Enemy armor is damaged.
But fortunately, he's an artillery player who probably doesn't really know that. He should have just kept his shot there because I can't penetrate him from the front. And he would have survived. But in any event, this turned out pretty well. Yeah, I know about that, GG. That is a pretty good spot there in A1 on Erlingberg. I don't use it all that often just because you can be spotted a little sooner sitting there than where I was at, kind of depressed. But nonetheless, that is a decent spot from time to time. Alright, so I got a Mastery Badge First Class somehow here. It definitely, all my damage at the end. Hey, it worked out. Most amount of experience somehow with that amount of damage and assistance. Hell, I'll take it. Alright, so KV 220-2. This tank, pretty damn good armor-wise. It's basically a KV3 hull at tier 5, which is fan-frickin-tastic. You have a crap ton of armor, but unfortunately your turret is a weak spot. Your turret is, I believe, the stock KV1 turret. If I'm not mistaken, you do have the stock gun. So you really lack penetration and turret armor, so hopefully enemies don't know that. Now unfortunately here against quite a few tier 6s and tier 6 tank destroyers, your armor is a little bit worse off. It's when you're against 5s and 4s where you can just kind of tap R, go forward, and kind of forget about Some people don't know your weak spot, that is your turret, and you just kind of laugh at them and slowly plink them to death. Alright, so after this, if anyone has any other tanks they want me to play, feel free to mention them. I'll try to get them in. Right about 23 minutes left here, it looks like. Whew, after talking for almost 3 hours, it's getting a little hard here. Potentially, since I do go back to working about 55 hour week shifts each week, might be doing the stream 2 hours instead of 3, just because my time does get a little bit limited, especially in the summertime. But I'll figure out a spring and summer stream schedule sometime here soon. I still have a few weeks left here. Take this at an angle and hope for the best. Alright, so unfortunately that truck is there. Don't really have too many people here, unfortunately, with me in the town up here already. I'm just going to push the envelope a little bit further though. This guy playing a little bit too aggressively for medium. He's still gonna keep pushing. Unfortunately for me, he's gonna flank me here. KV-1S, but I'm more worried about the KV-1S over there damaging me, because he can cut through my armor. Unfortunately, the T-57 line I have not gone down. The T-37 line, I'm mainly focused on getting the T-49 light tank and Walker Bulldog. Sorry for hanging you out there to dry, KV-1S, but unfortunately, we're both kind of in bad spots. I just want this guy not to hit my turret, but unfortunately, I'm going to need premium rounds to cut through his frontal armor here. Now I got the really, yeah, I knew I should have pulled back here a little bit. Potentially Zach. If I remember, I'll try to do it. I feel a little bit bad spamming premium rounds at this guy, but it's World of Tanks. I'm sure he'll forgive me. Alright, so I need to worry about artillery here, especially because poor little leopard got ammo racked. Alright, so there's those tier 6 tank destroyers. I knew they were over there, but I thought they would have continued on down instead of pulling back. But, yeah, oh well. Unfortunately though, the KV-220, as you can see, very good hull, but turret is just basically butter to a lot of tanks that face it. It's really just a tank where it's mainly based off of your enemy and kind of luck that people miss it, but still a very good tank if you ever have a chance to get it. It is a pretty fun premium tank to play. Alright, so why don't we hop into the mouse here. Come on, battle. Yeah, earlier, I actually did hop into Armored Warfare again this morning. Tried to play a game or two, but yeah, that poor leopard. Little guy was gonna die anyway, but always nice to pop someone's turret off with an ammo rack. But on Armored Warfare, I was gonna play a couple games today, maybe do another video, and sat in the PvP queue for a little bit too long, and then only ended up doing one battle because of that. Almost through the M60 main battle tank, though, with that one battle. Alright, so I'm going to be going south. I don't particularly want to go anywhere else on this map in a mouse on this side, except for towards all the buildings I can. There's no artillery, which is kind of good for me. Gives a couple options to push across the river. But you can't fight in the north because not much cover big enough for you there, and your gun depression sucks. Not alone, you're very slow. Can't fight in the center either very well, except for right about here where I'm pointing in the F line, about F5, F6, but I don't really want to go there. You can get flanked pretty easily if you push, and I don't particularly want to play too defensively right now on the mouse. I'm hoping, well, the enemy team leaves one of these areas open. I would very much like if they leave this one open. That'll allow me to push right across. Armored Warfare matchmaking. It's a little bit of a joke only because the North American server population is abysmal outside of PvE, and you can wait about 4 minutes sometimes for matches, I believe. I was getting up there today, and after coming from World of Tanks, it's a little bit of a shock at times, and I don't particularly like PvE. It's boring to me. Alright, so in any event, they're slugging it out there in the north. Not too much of a surprise seeing the enemy tanks. Let's see my luck with this. I might be able to squeak through here. Hopefully I don't get whacked from my left from something. Let's see if I can bait this guy in. Nope, he did not budge. This Jagged Tiger did though, which is great for me. I was hoping to track him, but I will also take that. Hello, Mr. WZ. Where are you coming? Unfortunately, my gun depression is good enough to be able to hit you here. I'm going to keep myself a little bit angled for this Carnivore coming around. Unless he uses premium rounds, I'll be able to fend him off. Come on, IS-3, kill that WZ for me. Gotta help these guys out. I figured I might get tracked, but hoping to get this Jagged Tiger out slightly. Angle. There we go. Oh god, FE 183. This is not good. But fortunately, there we go. Fortunately, he had a Hesh round. And Hesh does not work very well on a mouse, known from experience. Unless you set them on fire. Alright, so I gotta be a little bit careful here since my HP is getting a little bit lower. Alright, please don't shoot me. Unfortunately, we backed off. Our team's not doing well here, but trying my best to keep us in it. It'd be nice if we could take these two guys out down here. That would be fan-freaking-tastic. And of course, I wasn't able to take him out there. But just keep myself angled and hopefully weather the storm. We are being capped out. I have no chance of getting back there, though. Yeah, that's my problem with Armored Warfare Trooper. It's always frustrating, matches like that. But unfortunately, not too much I can do with the speed of the mouse here, except for keep trying to do as much damage as possible. I can't make it back to the cap. That guy's a little angry. Alright, so never mind. I guess I'm heading this way because the T-62A is coming this way, and might as well try to get one shot off before he ends up taking me out here. Hey, buddy. Alright. Just trying to keep myself a little bit angled here, but looks like he is rounds, and no matter how much I angle my back, he's gonna find a weak spot to be able to punch through it. But did the best I could in the mouse here. It's just unfortunate that our team kind of played right into their hand by focusing mainly on the center. Had we won one of the other flanks, mainly the city first, it makes it a little bit more difficult for the enemy team to really do much out of the center of the map. But if you push right into them, you're playing right into their hand. But in any event, Master Baz Second Class got a high caliber award with 5,226 damage, so not too bad. While the mouse doesn't have the best gun in the world, it hits hard and you have a ton of armor and HP to where, as long as if you're staying alive, you can dish out some damage. Alright, so let's just see this KV-220 game. Waning. Here we go. So all in all, somehow I did the second most amount of damage on my team, 1,200. Not too shabby, but end up losing, unfortunately. Alright. Let's hop into an IS-7 here. Haven't played this tonight, might as well get my game in. I like the IS-7 a lot for public matches. Okay. A little bit of a long queue here. Nothing compared to Armored Warfare, but yeah, I'll play the... Yep, thanks for stopping by, GG. See you tomorrow. Good night. I'll play the M24 Chaffee after this, and that'll be my last match of tonight. For anyone who has just tuned into the stream or missed a lot of it, it'll re-upload as a normal video. Usually it's in HD after about 5 or 6 hours, but lower quality, it'll be a little bit sooner. Otherwise, I'll be back tomorrow night, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, playing World of Tanks again. And then after tomorrow, I have enough World of Warships videos now. I kind of caught up on them. I'll have a video out every single day, starting Friday until, I believe, about a week later. I have a pretty good batch of games for them. A bunch of different ones. Quite a few Otagos, though, since I was playing the Otago pretty frequently. Alright, so IS-7, I'm going to try to push into the town and see how my luck goes. Hopefully I get a little bit of help here. It's not looking particularly good, except for the Object 907s and the TVP. Hopefully they're going to push up with me. I'm going to try to help out this T-54. He's on the right here. I'm going to try to set up here on the... or he's on the left there. I'm going to try to set up over here. Hopefully get a quick shot off of somebody this way. Somebody might push in this area. But yeah, I'll end the night with a Chaffee match. Chaffee, Chafee, however you want to call it. Alright, so a little weird. I haven't exactly encountered anybody, but I can get some shots off here into the field. lucky. Alright, just waiting for that guy to move, and I tracked him. But at least I hit him. Now the E100 slipped by, unfortunately. And this is gonna hurt. I barely started to press right to flick out my track. Okay, didn't get saved there though. But at least I tracked that T-30, so hopefully that helps me out a little bit. I was hoping that would help me, but he still found that lower glacis. See if I can get either one of these guys. No. Looks like he's gonna try to push back to get me, but if he's taking too long, I'm gonna kind of ditch. Alright, so I have a feeling he's right about there. And I missed. God damn it. I don't know how I missed that shot, but I did. Miss. Thank you. Maybe I didn't miss. Maybe I hit the IS-3. Seeing as this guy's gonna push up, push into him. Not exactly the best case scenario here. Nonetheless, it's really the only right now. Try to get here. Ooh. It'd be nice if someone can help me out with the IS-3, but I'm not going to be that lucky. And I died from him. Yeah, I was really in a crappy spot. This T-30 backed off a little bit, I guess, to kill this guy. They took their chance to wrap right around there. I noticed my backup was gone. A little bit too late, but hopefully our team's able to win. It looks like they should be. But in any event, hopping into the Chaffee, this will be the last battle for tonight since it's practically 9 p.m. I guess I have another little star on my tank. I guess I'm finally playing enough battles in each tank to start getting them. Whew, alright, so we got Cliff here. Definitely not the map very good for a tier 5 scout and tier 8 game. So why don't I try to make it up here, see if I can make things interesting. It's definitely going to be iffy, and definitely iffy if that leopard makes it up with me. But here goes nothing. Let's see if we can make this a fun battle. If I die early, good news, I'll play the T-37, which not the same as the Chaffee, but a little bit similar.
Move out.
Here's where I could be very lucky, hopefully, but I could benefit from using the high octane gas or something. We get a little bit more oomph behind my Chaffee. Here's the hoping that leopard hit a rock. So far, kind of good. Alright, here's the hoping they miss me. Yep. Cringe. I missed it a little bit, but
Your assistance has been requested.
yeah, thanks for the platoon invite, but I'm good. So I made it up here, but unfortunately there's no artillery, so I'm not that useful up here. But hoping I'll be at least some use to my team. I'll be used for this guy way over here. I can potentially plink him to death. Although he does see me. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he sees that T-69. I guess I can annoy the enemy team if I can actually hit somebody. Okay, never mind. Thank you, Indian Panzer. Guess it was my fault for sticking my nose out a little bit too far where I shouldn't have been, but still. Pretty good shot by that guy. So let's go on to annoying this VK.
Penetration.
Get him to back off a little bit. Oh no, I got myself into a bit of a pickle here. The guys over here can see me, and I got myself a little bit stuck. Yeah, unfortunately this spot isn't all that useful without artillery. And I got myself killed. So I'm gonna hop into the T-37 because I don't know, it was fun getting up there, but there's a reason why I haven't gone up there in I don't know how many battles and light tanks and any tank that can make it up there. It's not all that useful unless you have a lot of SPGs on your team. So why don't I hop into the T-37 to end a night, since that was a kind of throwaway game in a sense, since once I made it up there I found it a little difficult to actually do anything up there. So El Haloof, not too bad. Now T-37 compared to the Chaffee, it looks like the old Chaffee with the weird little bobblehead turret on it. Now I'm gonna hopefully, I'm not gonna push too hard in the beginning just because there's two AMXs. I'm gonna focus a little bit, just kind of scout and dart back up, but we'll see. I just don't want to commit too hard, but I do want to end up over here eventually. I just don't want to push into one of those.
Time to roll out.
One of my old clan members there from VPG, Vlad. That's the clan where I did a lot of clan wars and ended up calling battles and whatnot. But I'm just playing it a little bit safe to begin with. Seeing if I can spot anything and seeing how my luck goes. It'd be nice if I can spot quite a few enemies over here, potentially. We will find that out, though. There we go, there's a few people. It doesn't look like my team's particularly... Gotta worry about him now. Doesn't look like they're taking advantage of it too much. Did get an IS-6 down here with me, though. Alright, so... time for me to... Oh god, we have an E-50. Never mind, I'm gonna stick and help this guy. Oh god, what's he doing that for? Maybe I'm not gonna help this guy because he's gonna die. Like,
We didn't even scratch them.
what the hell did you do that for, buddy? Alright, so I'm gonna do the only thing I can do right now. I'm gonna try to fall back before that IS-6 pushes on me. This is another decent spot. Doesn't really need a light tank, but you have some good shots on enemies trying to push through the center. A little bit safer than being over there, though. I have no idea what that E-50 was trying to do. I guess he was trying to ram people, but he did not go about it the right way. So I'm guessing the other AMX was over that away. Seeing if I can get a shot in this T-54. I just need him to pull around. Can't really see anybody. Can't push across either since got quite a few people with eyes on the center. The only really move I have right now. Yeah, the E5 definitely YOLO'd. A little bit too intense. Okay, here we go. Unfortunately, you can see me. Oh, god damn it. I hate UT-69. Well, in any event, sucks to go out on a bad note here with these last two matches, but what can you do at times? In any event, though, thanks for watching, guys, and glad to see a lot of you guys in the stream and chatting with you again. I'll be back tomorrow night, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Otherwise, feel free to check out my websites, wattguru.com, menzgaming.com, and subscribe here on YouTube or fan fund me in the upper right hand corner or through PayPal in the description below. Otherwise, thanks again for watching, and I'll see some of you guys tomorrow, hopefully. And otherwise, good night and Hail Hydra. Hopefully you enjoyed that, Zach. See you guys.